Hello friends, today we are going to cover data types and constraints in SQL. As we knew that as data type and as constraints are the necessary elements for designing any SQL query. For that we should understand first what is a data type, what are the constraints, and how we can implement that in a queries to complete our tasks. First we are talking about the SQL. Then SQL, as we knew that one of the declarative language in which we are understanding what to do. The thing is that what to do mean that just we don't describe the things, or we can't give the procedure to our system, we can't give the steps to our system how to do the things. Just it's a what to do mean that a whole procedure is not decided by the user. It's a part of a user, it's a part of the system where algorithms are decided by depending on the queries. When we are providing the query, system will decide the algorithm and process that query and provide the result on the basis of the queries. Just for that we are going to use the SQL, and it's a bigger advantage of a SQL because it's a structured query. Then we are going to talk about the data types and constraint. The first thing is a data type. What is the mean of data type? Mean that here data type means we are talking about the use of some data. Mean that it may be the numbers, it may be the alphabets, it may be the combination of some number systems. So then we are talking about all these things as a data type. I mean that collection of a similar type of data. For representing this data we are using the data types. There are some data types here. First one is a character. It may be the nth term. We can take the count how many characters we are going to make a bundle. That care for the characters, it's our alphabets. Then next one is a varchar. Varchar is representing maybe the number of the character, but in a normally. Then next we are going for the integer or the int. Most of the time we are using the int in place of integer. Just like we want to show the phone number, we want to show the some pin code numbers for the address, we can use the integer. Then next one is a small int. Small int is just like the similar, but in a range is low as compared to the integer. Then next one is a real. Real is for the real numbers. Then next we are going for the double. Double precision mean that we are talking about the decimal numbers. A precious scientific calculations we are using the double as a data type at here. Then next one is a float, a normal decimal number which are not normally used by us. For we are talking about the we have the 44.50 rupees for that purchasing, or the 2.50 for per item, something like that we are using in a float. Then next we are going to talk about the numeric. In a numeric we have the numeric. In that we have first is a complete digit, and second B. A is representing the complete number, and second B is representing the decimal number. How much count we will move for the decimal. These are the some examples of the data type. It may be the vary as per the new SQL versions. When we are talking about the current SQL versions, we have some more, that is a just like that the date, and then we have the time, or we can say that the another one, that is a date time, and it's also known as a timestamp. Date time is also known as a timestamp. So these are some more add-on in a data type for the new SQL versions, as we are saying that it's not the sufficient to represent, or it's quite complex to show all data types right at here, but these are the basic data type which we are using in the SQL queries again and again. When we are going to take as a complete data type representation, we should follow the SQL basic libraries, so it's quite easy to develop SQL queries more reliable as per your need. These are the basic most usable data types which we are using to create the SQL queries. Then next we are going to discuss, that is a constraints. When we are talking about the constraint, a single word which we have in mind, when we are talking about the constraint, a single word which is coming in our mind, that is the foundations, restrictions which are the part for developing any type of database. If we have the constraints, we can design a good database with the help of constraints. We can decide which data can be a part of our database. There are some basic constraints which we are discussing right at here, that is a not null. Not null mean that in a database we don't have any blank entry. Then next one is a primary key. Primary key is up to the DBA or the database administrator who are going to develop the database. Primary key is just as we knew that we don't have the duplicate entries, we don't have the not null entries. These are the part of the primary keys. Then second one is the third one is a default constraint. Default constraints are the part of the particular SQL software which we are going to use. It's developed. Then next one we have, that is a unique in that we are finding the particular values, or we can use it for the designing some more extra other constraints or the uses of the uses of the database. Then next we are going to develop, that is a foreign key and the check constraints. And check of P. Check of P is representing the predicates. Foreign key and the check are the two different, another different necessary part which we are necessary constraint which we are using to develop or create any SQL query. So these are the basic things which we are going to use again and again. When we are talking about the foreign key, foreign key is just for the referencing the one table with the another table. It's just using this foreign key we are creating the relationship between the two different relation, or we can relation between the relation is creating with the help of foreign keys. These are the necessary constraints and data types which are useful for developing the SQL queries. Next we are going to cover the SQL queries. Thank you.